Well, we got our 100 moringa trees for the wholesale order. So now we're not necessarily pulling out trees because we also pulled out an extra, say like 20 or 30, which will probably go out in orders this week. So we still have plenty of big trees right now. But the size is increasing in size. The size of the trees are getting bigger. So we're going to have to raise the price of the big moringa trees on the website. So if you get big moringa trees now, it'll be before we have to double the price. So we have a few more days where um, all the big moringa trees that are left in are small enough to go at this price. The reason why is because now that we cut mostly all the field back, all the big trees are going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the point is, as you can see now, these trees are about this tall. Some of them are even taller than me here. And they're starting to get yellow at the bottom. They're starting to get lanky. They're starting to fall over. They're starting to get too tall and skinny. We want to bring them back, utilize the greens while they're green, and get them thicker and bigger, faster. So we're just going to come through and grab these greens one by one. These over here are even falling over. We're just going to pop the tops. We're going to save the greens. The trees are going to get bigger. We're going to utilize these greens now. We're going to do some weeding. We're going to come through and also do some much needed care and maintenance, getting some of these beds cleaned up. Even if we're just pulling out a little bit, just 10%, 20%, it helps to open it back up again, make it more visible. And it doesn't take long, really, just to come in, assess where the raised bed is, because the mulch has kept this really soft. And before you know it, you've also defined and cleared up the space around the trees. And the first part is always the toughest because it's the most exposed. But once you start coming in, it's really just a few of the edges. And I've already done over the last couple days, these 6 beds. This is what I'm finding is a practice as a farmer now. I just have to come out and do some work every day, every morning, even in the summer, is just to come out and do some weeding, some cutting, some trimming, something, some mowing. I have to do some mowing here. That's kind of next. And we can work our way down this row. Even once we start cutting things back, it really starts to open up, expose what's underneath. This also gives any trees that are down below a chance. Maybe they're so small we didn't even really cut them. This gives the ones that kind of got by, that are so small right now, a chance to come up. There's a lot of competition in this little space, the way that I have them growing. You can see just how much density is here, but there's a couple of tops that I didn't get that are short, that are just really short. And this weeding also helps get rid of the competition that's in here. So let's just keep coming down, keep grabbing some greens. We've got to get this whole row and the whole next row before 10 a.m. We have a goal right now. We've got to get all of these done in like the next hour. So we've got to move pretty fast now to get greens. Now that we're not necessarily getting trees, we have the tree order. Now we mostly need to fill the racks with greens. Okay. And this helps to take off any vines, weeds that are in here. All right, let's keep coming down. We've got some shade over here. We're gonna keep bringing our line. We're coming down. Finally got some mulch flattened out in the back of the property. Laid out some mulch. Let's go ahead and set you right here in the shade as we come down this line here. We're hanging out. We want to define this space a little bit more. There's lots of weeds in here. But I find even if I just clear out a little bit, just get a little bit going, a little bit cleaned out, it can hold it off for the summer. We're now like in the middle of summer. This is kind of like peak summer season. It's raining every day. It's August. Oh, but we got to be careful not to pull out trees. If we do, it's all good. We can find a empty spot. Thankfully, this isn't too bad. These raised beds, they just need a little touch up. I haven't really been caring for them, that much, but one good visit like this in the middle of summer is just going to ensure that they don't get taken over, because now the trees are big enough. They're going to be creating enough shade. These are just kind of like remnants of last year's weeds that were coming in, and they got through. But now that these trees are big and they have the ability to create lots of shade. See, I didn't even get a lot of these tops. My goodness. A lot of these tops are still missing. Or I should say still have. Let's get that weed. That's just a grass. but there is a weed in here. It's good. Yes, we are getting the day going. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. And still got some tops back here. Wow, lots of tops still. They're short. They're under there. You know, that's why it's good to grab these weeds right now like this. Keep this from being so competitive. We'll push out the moringa a little bit more. This helps a lot. At least that's what I'll just keep telling myself as I do the simple job. Simple. Less is more. Less is definitely more in this situation. It's like there's 100 things for me to do right now in the office, but I have 2 lovely ladies coming in to help me. And the only thing that I really need to do myself in this business is just to make sure right now that there's greens in the dry room and that there's video going out on film, and that we're documenting everything that's going on here with you guys, with you. So I have to make sure to tell our story, show people the day-to-day life. You want to make 6 figures a year from moringa. Do everything that I'm doing the way that I'm doing it. And get a website and get in with me inside of my CRM and get a website with me and become an affiliate and purchase wholesale and sell, you know, at the farmer's market. Fulfill orders with me. If you've got something, let us know, because we like this order for 100 trees came in from California, but we don't necessarily need, I don't need to ship that order. I'm trying to get that order sent out by someone local. We're a decentralized network of members fulfilling orders. So the orders come in to the shop, or they come in through the members area, through the wholesale sheet, and it's kind of like a running ticker, you know, where the order comes in and we read it off, and it's like who can fulfill this order, who can fulfill this next order, and they're coming in every day. Oh, that was an order right there. Yep, we just have to make sure that we're on it every day, which we are. We have people here that are working, printing tickets and checking up on messages. Yeah, they're going to be here at 10 o'clock. I have 2 helpers coming in. So that's why I have to make sure that We're creating a strong community of producers, educators, people that know about moringa, that can talk about it. We need to have more people that can teach about moringa, that know about moringa through my book, Grow Moringa: The Ultimate Guide. You can become a teacher once you start to get to know the curriculum of the book. See, this is a little bit sparse right here. There's not a lot of trees right here. That's why there was a lot of weeds that came up here. But we're going to keep coming through. I think we've got to lower this to get this in the shade a little bit more. Nice. We're in a nice little shady spot. Yeah. And we're just getting this last little bit together from this row. We're going to harvest this little row right here. First, we need to do some assessment. We got to do a little bit of weeding. So I like to come in first and just grab the edge and really just help to define the edge, because I find that when I grab the edge, it usually pulls out things that are also just kind of growing up in the middle, because they're kind of leading through. But if I just do a little bit of weeding on the edge all the way down, I can kind of define the line a little bit better. We're going to cut back a lot of these trees here that are in the way. Oh, this one's already cut. There's some vines in here. It's good to get in here and fix all these plants up. Pull out any serious invasive species like the vines here. Nice. Look, they're getting pretty tall. And I want to get them before they get long and lanky. So we're just going to grab these tops. We're not going to pull them out this time. You know, we already got our 100 trees now. So our main goal right now is to just come through, do some weeding, pop tops, get any vines off of here, like this one right here, out of the mix. You know, I want to get this out of the mix. So we'll lay it out here. Hopefully it dies in the middle of the field. So we like to have big aisleways. This is actually considered an alley crop. Right here, this is in the alleyway. This was a drive. This was wide enough to drive through here. But 2 years ago, I said, man, we're really wasting a lot of space out there in the orchard. And I really need to get some greens going myself here. And I really wanted to expand the operation. So I said, why not plant the intensive beds like I did in my book, how I wrote about in the book? Why don't I do that as an example? And that's where this ended up coming to fruition. This area that we're in right now, that we're harvesting in right now, this raised bed, was a afterthought. Here, I can plant this up here in this little empty area. Get some more trees going in this empty area here. It's not really that empty. I think the trees are just kind of small, and I pulled a couple out. Some are falling over. See, they're already falling over there. That's why we get them right now, because they just start falling over. This is what they do in the wild. They get big fast, then they fall over, they crack and break. Then those breaks, those pieces that crack and break off, those tend to grow into new trees. And this is how, in the summertime, they can grow up real fast, fall over, break. The break pieces, the cuttings, essentially grow into new trees. And that's how they end up traveling through the forest. Oh, lots of weeds right here. Okay. I find that cutting them back actually helps. First, clean cuts. Just topping the forest. Getting lots of greens along the way. And exposing the weeds. So we can just come through here and pull out little by little the grass and give our babies some room, some freedom. They're being washed out by the weeds and washed out by the vines and the rain. It's serious out here. But that's why we grew it up on these mounds right here, because it flooded last year during October. We're not there yet. We haven't gotten any hurricanes really that came through here just yet. I think some first ones are starting to form out in Africa. And this year, we're banking on the change in the weather. We know that it's so unpredictable these days by design. So we're just being consistent, doing our thing, expanding as much as we can, as fast as we can. Even with the volatile weather last year, we were able to bounce back. We had a lot of trees that died, which we're going to be replacing together. Actually, a lot of the trees that I pulled out, the extra trees that I pulled out in the rows, we can plant those together in the field, replant. I just finished the bobcat, so we have a lot of new sections of the field that we're going to be building out together. Entirely new part of the farm we just expanded to. There we go. Nice. We can take this one that's just kind of hanging off the edge here. Maybe these two, these three that are just kind of hanging off the edge here, and we can put them back in the center up here, where we need a few big trees. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of trees in here that just kind of are small. But I'm dropping in the bombs. Here, I'm gonna put a big bomb right here. Okay, that's a nice big tree right there. And we'll drop another bomb right here. All right. popping tops. Popping tops and dropping bombs. Bombs over Moringaville. Yeah, seed bombs. These three are big. There is a vine in here, which is why I'm glad we're getting in here. And we're pulling this grass out of here. And we're pulling this vine out of here. And we're popping all these tops. Wow, there's quite a bit. And there's little ones that I accidentally pulled out, like this one, which I can replant in like an empty zone. Yeah, that zone is actually filling out. Yeah, once you grab a piece of grass in the middle, it usually takes out a whole chunk or a whole line. See, it just cleans it up real quick. There's a lot in here that is just kind of like keeping a lot of these trees down, like this one here. I can replant that one. Wow, a lot of these are trees. Let me replant this one real quick. It's just because we have a space here anyways, a gap without a lot of trees, so it works out. But let's pop these tops. These will strengthen all up. There's several in here. There's like 10, just like right here. And just by getting these weeds out, gives it the time that it needs to get big again. Without as much competition. There's already some big ones in here. But who knows how many the grass already took out. Hopefully not much. But we are getting lots of greens, which I'm super grateful for right now. Look at that. We still have one more row that we can get together. We have a little bit of time. I think we should do it. We have to get more greens, and that row needs to be harvested and it needs to be weeded. It's one more row, then I will have spoken to each one of these trees out here. I planted 50,000 out here and have been cutting them back. I don't know exactly how many have sprouted or are here, but if I would have to guess, I would say at least 50%. And that's why I do it in the numbers that I do it. Because not all are strong. You know, the ones that made it through this and are in this area that are pushing through adversity with weeds and grass and life, biodiversity. These are the ones that made it. They're strong. Plus they're going through lots of rains. Right now, it's a numbers game. So if I'm trying to get 100,000 trees, I'm going to plant several 100,000 seeds. See, a lot of these are just kind of falling over. Stiffen them back up again. Yeah, it's super soft soil right here. because I layered this and layered this. And that's why the grass can just kind of come right out in this area as well. This looks really good. I'm really happy with this. We have tons of big trees. So grab big trees from us right now. This is the season. They're on sale. We are going to be raising the price soon because these big trees are going to be doubling in size. So we're pulling these out and we are shipping them in the mail. We'll fill in this little gap area right here, this big old root. There we go. All right, let's keep walking. Let's go down to the next. Oh, there's a tree that I just pulled out right there. That definitely will regrow. Just stick it right there. But that was a root that just kind of came out right there. Did you see that? All right, that looks good. Yeah, we're doing it. We got a nice wagon of greens, but we still have a whole another section that we need to cover together. It's just really sunny out here. So at least we're here. I might be able to start down here. There might be some shade under this tree here. I've got to fix up some of these Seminole pumpkins are leading all over the place. But it looks like I might only have another minute here in the shade. So we will hang out here. I'll come up here. But we've got Seminole pumpkins that are crashing the party. But I'm just going to fix them up a little bit. Lead them the right way. That way they can continue to grow. Let's see, we're going to figure out where to put them. Because now they are really starting to go wild out here. Lots of Seminole pumpkins. But not a lot of space. We got to make sure that the pumpkins stay out of the row, but on the side of the row, but not leading into the aisle too far. So yeah, we're having to work these babies. See, we can pull these down here is fine. Yeah. Lots of Seminole pumpkins now. That's great. I'm having to grab them and keep them from going into the aisles. Like this, because we want to harvest these trees here. I'm going to do a little bit of weeding. And we want to keep the Seminole pumpkins. From taking over the aisle. Oh, good. Yeah, we can catch it. Great. Wow, they're all the way down here. These Seminole pumpkins are all the way down here. Well, let's grab our greens. And possibly come in. We've got to work together with the pumpkins. Try not to take up too much room. These pumpkins are really starting to stretch. Wow, there's lots of pumpkins on here. So crazy. Yeah, there's literally pumpkins everywhere on this one. I saw like 10 baby pumpkins right there. We're gonna have so many Seminole pumpkins. But I'm not doing anything with them right now. I'm not selling them right now. I'm just accumulating what I can for myself. I want to have lots of soup over the winter. And so right now I'm just growing the Seminole pumpkins for me. And we'll see how many we get. And it could be something that feeds me over the winter. Having lots of soups. Seminole pumpkin soup. Not too bad in this area, but getting it started with a little bit of weeding, open it up, and pop these little babies for a little while longer. At least we'll do this half. Looks like timing. It's getting pretty hot. I mean, we have a whole nother half there, but that might have to wait until the afternoon. I kind of want to get in, get organized, get some powder made for the team. I'm training someone on how to make thumbnails. And thankfully, we are in the age of AI, because all the tools that I get to make my business easier and faster, I get for anybody on my team. So I've had this new girl come in and help me on the computer this week. And she's been great. She's been training up on making thumbnails on YouTube, getting back to emails and text messages, placing orders, making orders, shipping orders, but also learning how to communicate in the members area as collective support, in the emails for orders that are coming in and checking to see where orders are at. People are asking where their order is. So she's helping to get those orders out the door and has been a huge help this week. And I look forward to her arrival as well as Jackie's arrival. Jackie's been super great in the shop making items. We had a 10-pound loose leaf order We had a 10-pound powder order. So, I mean, that's 20 pounds right there. And that's why you see me out here harvesting every day, because we could get a 20-pound order in one day. And then it takes us a week to 2 weeks to get all of that material together to ship, along with all the other orders that we have, capsule orders, things like that. I need to order bottles right now, capsule bottles. We have some big orders, and people are just waiting on their capsule bottles. So thankfully, we spoke that to one of the buyers, and they said that it doesn't necessarily need to be in capsule bottles. So we're working it out to where, while we're short a little bit right now on supplies, inventory, like we're just waiting, and they're going to be in the mail. And thankfully, our customers are communicative with us. We're communicating with our customers, and we're letting them know what's up. And then they're saying to us, "Oh, well, if that's an issue, then let's work around it and let's work together." That's what our buyers are saying. So, to help them get their order out, I think we can ship it out today. If they don't necessarily need it in bottles. That's what we've been waiting on. We've been waiting on bottles. Sometimes it takes a while. You know, we run out. We have like 500. Then to get the case, sometimes takes a little while. We're maybe not as good at ordering just yet as a team. You know, we're still kind of getting our bearings with the team. Wow. I think I was able to harvest this whole row back as well. I think we're good. I think I can come in now. It's a good enough time. It's getting hot enough, late enough to come in and get ready for our day in the shop. Getting orders out, talking with customers. All right. I think that is a wrap for the day. Right there. I think we did it. I think we had another successful day in the field. I think any day in the field is really successful. A lot of these are still not even popped. Man, I want you guys to get big. So let me help you and clean you out a little bit more. Get some of these vines out of here for you. These weeds. And pop those tops. Wow. Not even pop. There we go. Wow, we're still going. She brought me coffee. And we finished this row. The only row that's left is this one right here. This one we haven't done yet, but that's it. And we'll go ahead and close this video out here as a drive-by video. Closing out the harvest. We just finished, say, 5.5. We have another half to go. But we'll go ahead and close this out. We'll get you an update on the farm of how we're cutting the intensive rows back. We've already cut the orchard rows back, already numbered the orchard rows, and we're just getting our intensive beds cut back. That's an orchard row coming in real nice. It's time to get the grass cut and come in and make sure the weeds are not taking over. This is going to be our next step here, is to just come through with the mower, and we've got to keep this grass real low, real tight. This bed is done. This is an orchard row here, and this is our final intensive bed here, number 6. And we just now started a new pasture. So we got the tree out of here, and this is the last orchard row. The tree that fell down was right here. This is where the tree that fell down was, right here. So a lot of those trees got taken out. Some of them are sitting right here. Oops. Some of them are sitting right there. Those big trees. Right here, look at that big old one right there. There's another big one sitting right here. And we're gonna get those trees back in. So like right here is like a spot. We're gonna continue the orchard. We've got a beautiful farm here coming in. That's about a ½ acre. We got some of the plastic up here and just built out this whole new section with a bobcat. So we have now, let's calculate how many steps here. If we come down, we've got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22. Let's just say an extra 20 steps. Let's just say an extra 60 feet. Yeah, because if every step is 3 feet, and I went ahead and raised up this pathway a little bit, and this farm is really nice and raised up here. So we're going to keep working this. The orchard is going to come down here. You can see that that's an orchard row right there, and we're going to bring that down all the way down here. Double row. And we just harvested this back. Now we're looking at it from the south side of the farm. That's an orchard row. It's got chayas coming in and other things coming in. That's an intensive row we just got cut back. That's an orchard row we just got cut back. Intensive row just cut back. Just cut back these trees recently, like 2-3 weeks ago. And look, we're getting so much rain right now that it's starting to yellow out even down there. So much rain. It's raining every day, heavy for hours. But that's why we've got to get out here. That's cut back. I've got to get the grass trimmed back through here. That's what I might do before I even come and harvest. This is the last row that needs to be harvested. Oh, look, we've got some watermelon and even a watermelon flower. Wow. So maybe we'll produce some watermelons here. I'll keep it here. Oh, we've got some cerasee on the ground there. So lots of turmeric coming in, lots of moringa coming in that I need to get trimmed back in here. I've got signs in there you can't even see anymore. I was just harvesting that just like 2-3 weeks ago. The pumpkins are taking over that space right there. I can't even walk or mow down there, but I'll do my best. Thanks a lot for coming in and watching and hanging with us. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local USA Moringa farmer. Thanks a lot for hanging and watching us get our farm cut back, and for subscribing to the Grow Moringa YouTube channel, and for liking this video. Thanks a lot for keeping up with our progress here at Grow Moringa Farms, where we're expanding the operation and we're maintaining and keeping the summer back. I mean, just summer weeds right here alone, I've got to trim up, and the pumpkins are just taking over. What a beautiful, beautiful business, a beautiful life, a beautiful sanctuary that we've created, a farm that we've created with lots of life and vines that we need to keep trimmed back. Unbelievable. Every time I turn around, there's more and more little things that are growing. Pineapples, jewels of opar, plumerias, watermelons are taking over, Mexican sunflowers, chayas, cassavas. It's a beautiful experience having diversity. We've got this beautiful pollinator plant here. I mean, so many things are coming in. We've got opuntia cactuses coming in, beauty berries, firebush, pineapples, so many things. So thanks for tuning in and watching us grow our beautiful food forest biodiversity here in Plant City, Florida. I'm Kendrick Henry, your local USA Moringa farmer. Thanks a lot for watching.